Welcome to JavaScript for Beginners, and in this video we're going to focus on the next part to understand. Let's dissect this part. We didn't dissect this part yet. We did this one and this one, and let's start now with this. So alright, so what does this really do? Well, first of all, we know that this small bracket of code or piece of code has a function to create a close button, yes, and will append it to each list item. Meaning, basically, append means to attach or to add a list item in here as well to each list item. So basically, we create the close and add it in the list item. So that's what we're doing. Meaning, we're doing this. Once you click on add, right now there's nothing. There should be a new item here, and automatically generated a close button here. So add, and then I think I have here the things. And since it's appending, yes, remember when it says appending here, it appends based on the bottom. So it will always go down to the very end. That's appending. Yeah, so you attach it, but you attach it to the bottom. As you can see here, and I think I have some text in there. Yeah, let's remove that. Then add it up. So you can see here, and this is what we're appending as well. So we attach this item plus at the bottom, plus adding also this here. So very simple. Let's dissect this entire thing. So right now we call it a variable, and the variable is my node list. This is just a variable, so it has no other meaning. Alright, so once we have this node list, basically search for in the document and get the elements by tag name list item. So what we do here, very simple here, search list item. Yes, that's what it does. Search for the list item, and then you can see here we're going to attach, of course, our close button to the list item. That's very simple. Alright. So next here is the variable I equal 0, meaning that this is list item 0. So basically once you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is just a numbering version of it. So it will understand the numbers in here. Alright. So this is a list item numbering. And then what we do is, so it starts at 0. So here right now, we didn't still even assign a value, and now we're going to assign the value equals 0. And then, once we assign the value of 0, we will say number 1, and then is smaller than list item length, then plus 1. So basically, we're going to start to count through like this is a for loop, like a loop. It will loop to every list item and will count, and we start giving numbers. Alright, it's every time it's plus 1 for every new list item, for every li. So once we have this, then let's focus here on the next part. So if it starts to add up the list item here, it starts to do two things. Basically, well, not yet. It will first create a new variable, and this variable name is span. Yes, and basically what it does is it's a document.create element. So what we're doing is we're going to add the span tag in list item, in li tag. That's what we're doing. Yes, or not even yet. It just only creates. We didn't yet say where we're going to create it. So just only add span tag, but still question mark where. Next, we also will create a variable called text document create a text node. Basically just text. Yes, create a text, and this text must contain this. So we're going to make a close button, and this is the icon for the close button here. This is this. So if you want to know here the Unicode, this is it basically. Unicode for our 00D7, or if you want that in HTML or in HTML entity as a name, ampersand times semicolon. That's really it. So that's really the icon we're going to use. It looks like an X, so create this icon X, but where do we put it? Place unknown yet. Yes. So once we did that, then we want to say the span class, this span class should get a class name named close. Alright, so that's basically what we're doing here. So let's see if this is really true here as well. So let's go back here and let's open up our searching here. And so here our developer tag, and then you click on this. As you can see, if you click on it, you will see as well, class is closed. So what happens if I remove this close? Does it still work? Well, it works, but you can see the design is not in it. So basically, we're adding this. This is just HTML design for what we call a positioning. So that's it. Nothing fancy, very simple. Alright, so once we got that, we can say here, add the class, add span close. Basically, close, that's the class name we're adding here. Next, what we want to do is we want to append. Append means to add. So if you want to know what is append, I was also searching for it. What does this mean? Append in the dictionary means add something as an attachment or supplement. To add, attach, affix, tag on, whatever you want. Anything. Yes, very simple to add. However, append works at the end always. So it will always go down here. So if you will append here values, you will see this is also appending at the bottom. That's why when we add something, it will go down. You can of course put it up depending on a different command, but append child means adding it in there as the same child. So because here, this is the child of our li. So the span append child the text. Yes, the text should go where? So if we look, what's the text? The text is what we call our X. So what we say is add the text in the span. So what is the span? Span is here. So in the span, basically you're doing this. Yeah, so this is our things, and then in here we just add this piece of code. That's what you're doing. If you would calculate this, if you would just be very rough in translating, this is what we're doing exactly. Next, then we have the my node list, which is this append here. So basically this part here by number, the span. Yes, so what's the span? Our span is the close tag. Everything will start to add in our span here. So basically we have our li, so we will add it in the li. Basically what we do is in the li, and then we have of course our span and this entire piece of code. We have this all together, and now of course repositioning that in the correct location, li here. So that's what you're really doing. Of course here will be some text as well, but it's later on. However, that does not work. Only when you we create a close button and append it to each list item. So this is really what you're doing, and now you have a very clear understanding of this text here, and that makes it really, really interesting. So in the next video, we're going to search here. Maybe we're going to get this big chunk of text. We probably will do this one here.